This full moon in Aquarius on August 1st is going to be a big one, and you are most likely already feeling the effects of it. The first things first, it's a super moon. Please go outside on August 1st. Please do it and go look up at the moon. It is so close to Earth. It's going to be this huge, big disc in the sky. It's always really inspiring, even for me. All right. I always go out whenever there's a full moon. I love looking at it. They're always so compelling. I like to think about the things that I want to change in my life or the things that I need to let go. So really just go out there and appreciate this wonderful, beautiful supermoon. Now, this supermoon is actually very close to me because I am an Aquarius. So I'm going to do a reading for every sign, what you can expect for this full moon. But first, I have to let you know what to expect with this full moon being in Aquarius. Think about the sign of Aquarius. It's all about doing your own thing. Aquarius is very independent. They're the humanitarians. It's all about humanity. Aquarius is the future forward sign. They're always 2 to 3 steps ahead. Aquarius is the most innovative, and there's always a sense of freedom with Aquarius. Think about all those famous Aquarians that really exemplify what Aquarius is. James Dean, Bob Marley, Charles Darwin, Charles Dickens, Rosa Parks, Thomas Edison, and even Galileo. So again, Aquarius is all about being a little rebellious. It's all about I'm doing my thing. It's all about being innovative. And for you, it's making this mark in your life to move forward on your path to enlightenment. And because it is a full moon, full moons traditionally bring closure or conclusion to something, wrapping things up, letting things go. Not always a bad thing. It's just, remember, these are cycles. Now, the reason why this full moon in Aquarius is big is because, remember what I just said, full moons, completion, letting things go. This full moon is happening literally at the time Venus is retrograde, okay? Where we are reassessing things in our life, where we are reevaluating things in our life, where we are letting things go, all right? I made a video on 4 things not to do during a Venus retrograde. I'll throw that link up here or at the end of the video somewhere. You'll see it, all right? But also remember, we just had the moon just went through the nodal shifts, okay? I talked about this in my readings a few weeks ago, all right? July 17th, all right? We had the switching of the guards, all, the north node and the south node. They changed signs, all right? So these are, the moon, these points in time, right? It's moving. And so this is the moon. I mean, this is a big, huge connection. This is all about moving toward your destiny and letting things go to make it easier for you to move toward this, toward your destiny. And remember, half the planets are retrograde at this point in time as well. So when I say it's a time of letting go and having clarity about the things that you need to let go to move forward, this full moon in Aquarius, I'm not going to lie, it's really big, because there's a lot of other things happening on this full moon. But before we even get to that, I want you to think about what happened for you around January 21st, 2023. That's when we had the new moon in Aquarius. Remember, there's always a corresponding new moon, all right? Remember, these are cycles. So what were the things that you were initiating? What were the intentions that you were making around that time? Maybe part of your New Year's resolution, maybe not, but there was something that you were putting in motion. I want you to ask yourself what it was, because you could find some sort of closure, some sort of sigh of relief around this time as well. You could find some things that you are going to be letting go around that time because you've hit your goal, or you overcome a certain part of whatever you were wanting to initiate. You can also think about the new moon that we had on July 17th, the new moon in Cancer. May resonate for some of y'all, okay, because it did happen in the same day of the nodal shifts, the lunar shift. So, but it really, really will resonate more with what happened around for you around January 21st, 2023. All right, so the things that are happening on the day of this full moon, Saturn, one of Aquarius's ruling planets, which is retrograde, is really, kind of like looking at Mercury over in Leo, and just they're both just yeah. They're not really giving each other a fist bump in the sky right now. The full moon is also opposite Leo, and which is why I bring that up. And so for a lot of people, especially with Venus retrograde in Leo, there may be some activity around partnerships and relationships, okay? Whether work or love or both, all right? Remember, this is all about Aquarius. This is all about breakthroughs. This is all about being innovative, about moving forward, thinking on your feet, and really being future forward for your future, moving forward. Okay, so when it comes to partnerships and relationships, when I say it's the completion of something, it could be something just you don't even realize at the time. It could be literally like you could tell your partner around this time, hey, I don't like it when you eat flaming hot Cheetos, all right before we kiss. And then they're just like, oh, okay, cool, got it. And this the end of that, all right? Now you move on, all right? So obviously that is very mild of an example, but I want you to know where I'm going with here, okay? Same thing with the work. If you are the maybe the intern at a law firm, okay, and you decide, hey, I'm done being an intern. I want to be partner of this firm, and the partner is like, oh, done. All right. So it's the end of your internship. You're moving on. Again, wild analogy there, but you get what I'm going with this, right? So completion of a cycle, moving on to this new cycle that is more in line with what you want toward your path to enlightenment, toward your destiny. So not all of these are like bad completions, but it can be a challenging day because of what's happening with the other aspects. But it really is just these breakthroughs, all right? That's the biggest energy that's coming up. It is more about these breakthroughs and just having clarity, all right? Having clarity around certain things, okay? Especially with all these planets retrograde, especially with Venus retrograde, especially with this full moon in Aquarius, where it's all about moving forward in a very like, this is me, that rebellious side, all about you, that independent side, marching to your own drumbeat, basically. Now, Mars is trining Jupiter this day. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely amazing. Mars, the planet of action, ambition, trining Jupiter, the planet of luck, prosperity, expansion. This is beautiful, right? Now remember, Mars and Jupiter, they're outer planets. So this is more happening behind the scenes. You may not feel it, right, like on this day, but you know that things are happening behind the scenes for you. A trine is really special. It's very nice, okay? It's very nice, very harmonious, very supportive. Mars is in Virgo, Jupiter is in Taurus, two earth signs, so it's very grounding too. So that said, just expect something to come to completion around this time. As I always say, a full moon, new moon, these aspects, they're just markers in time. So you could, like I said earlier, already be feeling it, all right? You may feel it afterward. You may feel it even like 4 weeks later, but just know that around this time, the full moon, that's just the peak of this aspect, okay? August 1st, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for every sign. And like I did with my last full moon reading, I'm just gonna do a 4-card spread, okay? A very special, very specific full moon spread. Oh, and the other thing is, this is definitely going to have a stronger impact on your rising sign, okay? So if you are, for instance, if you are an Aquarius rising, it's going to have a stronger impact on Aquarius rising, but Aquarius is going to feel it as well, all right? All Aquarians are going to feel it. So let's go ahead and get started. Aries, this full moon is going to be in your 11th house, all right? So this is your social network, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, social media even. It's also your hopes and wishes, okay? And so there's going to likely be the ending of a friendship, possibly. Not always a bad thing. It could just be like a friend of yours is moving a very long distance, like to a different galaxy, all right? You won't be able to see that person for quite some time. But yeah, for a lot of Aries, it could just be like you've outgrown a relationship or a friendship. It also, again, organizations you belong to. So if you belong to the Tootsie Roll lovers social group, you may decide, nah, that's not really me anymore. So, but you've had all the you learned everything you could since the last new moon about Tootsie Rolls. Got it? All right. So it's also your hopes and wishes. So there could be some things that you thought you wanted during this Venus retrograde period where you're reassessing things. You may realize, oh, I don't think I want to be, a race car driver in Alaska anymore. I think that I want to do something different now. Okay, so keep that in mind. There could be just some like endings of some things, but also it could be just that you've reached the goal in terms of like your hopes and wishes, and now it's like the next step. It's like next level. All right, something new coming in. So keep that in mind, and then a lot of it could also be a lot of y'all will feel some things that are happening within your things that bring you pleasure, things that family energy as well, children energy as well, love, romance. There could be some activity around endings around that as well, okay, or closure around that, or you just having clarity around these areas of your life with this full moon in Aquarius. So Aries, let's see what's going on for you for this full moon in Aquarius. All right, so I'm doing the 4-card spread here. Okay, you are good. You are good. This is really fun. Hey, listen, you got the Nine of Swords. All right, so where this falls in your spread. Oh, let me move these over. You didn't even get to see that, did you? I'm gonna do it this way so you can maybe. I actually, I really just don't like you seeing the cards. I like to pull them up and surprise you when I bring them to the screen. But anyway, you did get the Nine of Swords, okay? So here's the thing. This is corresponding to the new moon, all right? So this is corresponding to the new moon that happened January 2023. You could have been going through a lot of stress. You could have been going through a lot of like, what have I done? Like that kind of energy. There could have been some things that were really hard for you around that time. They could have been really stressful. I'm getting like, you were just not, it's like you didn't want any friends. I'm gonna pick up my crystal. You were in a place where you could even had a fight with a friend or a family member. There could have been some things that you may have regretted. All right, let's leave it at that. And so this is just again, there is something could come up around this time around that. Remember, this is all in your social network. But then if you want to apply this to that new moon that just happened, it's going to be with relationships and family as well. Okay, maybe even your children. There could have been a sense of like, I don't know what to do anymore. But if you do have children, by the way, it could have just been like they were moving on in some way in their life, and it was just hard for you to deal with that okay, mentally. But this is just corresponding to what was happening around that new moon, all right? So now what the full moon is illuminating for you right now is justice, which is very, very, very interesting coming after the Nine of Swords. So justice, this is all about you right now, what you have to think about. Use that sword to let anything go that you don't need, all right? Remember, this is a time of closure. Things that are going to make you feel in a good place karmically. Karma is hugely attached to this card. This card is all about balance, right? So using that sword to cut anything out that you don't need, all right? So a lot of y'all may have also not gonna lie, there could be breakups, big thing, all right, for a lot of Aries, all right? Now this is work too, okay? There could be just like leaving work, but there could be some breakups, there could be some divorces around this time as well. Either way, there is going to be a sense of you just saying, I need to do the right thing. I need to do the right thing. Karmically, this is what I have to do, okay? Now, you got the Four of Wands in the area of your chart where it's like, well, you need a release, okay? So, again, there is possibly a marriage that you have to, or a relationship, or a job that you went into that you were just, it was not the right you feel like it wasn't the right decision. But again, I'm not telling you to quit. I'm just saying this is a time where you're probably going to reassess it, and may want to think about something, releasing some part of where you are now in that. Like, again, if you're the intern at a law firm and you think that you deserve to be partner of that law firm, now is the time to reassess those moments in your life. But also, remember I said, with Venus at play here, Venus retrograde in Leo in your 5th house of pleasure and fun, there's also some sort of sense of something that something that's just fun for you that you want to let go because you need to focus on other things, okay? Or something that you've outgrown. But definitely for a lot of Aries, it may resonate with things that have to do with your social network, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, even social media. You may decide this is not the right time to do this. If you were like engaged or something, maybe you realize now that this is not the right person, or maybe you want to move your, spend more time thinking about it. And in any case, this is just really just releasing those things at this time, or thinking about it. Is this working out for me? Okay. Remember, Aquarius, this is a full moon in Aquarius, that sense of freedom, right? And like tap into your rebellious side. All right. Do that. Now, what you can expect, you're going to be great. All right. You got the Knight of Swords. All right. So this is really absolutely amazing because you did get, well, you got 2 Gemini cards, which is very interesting. Knight of Swords is Gemini, and it's all about that clarity. The Geminis are just so creative and whatever. But listen, Knight of Swords, it's just like you're just going to be moving forward mentally now. You know what you want. You're going to go for it. You absolutely know what you want. You're going to go for it. So this full moon is actually going to be really big for you. All right. It's going to bring a lot of clarity for you. You also got, this is really interesting because it is Venus in Aries. You got an Aries card. And then, of course, Libra. So remember the nodes changing. We have the North node moving into your sign. We had the South node moving into Libra. So very interesting how it's all showing up here. But again, you're going to be good. Just finding that what you need to do karmically for yourself. Okay, great. Okay, Taurus. So this is what's happening for y'all. This full moon in Aquarius, it is going to be in your 10th house. So there's going to be something about career matters for y'all that you may have closure with, okay? It's going to be a big thing. The 10th house, not only career, it is your public, it's like public recognition. It's fame, okay? It's also honors and achievement. So you could have reached a peak in your career. Now it's like, go into the next level. Or for some Tauruses, you may realize, I don't think this is the career for me. I'm gonna try something new. Or there, could be something happening within your career environment, as in like your boss leaves the company, or a colleague leaves the company, or there's going to be activity within your career area. All right. So the other thing is, if you do want to consider what happened around the new moon and that just happened a few weeks ago, that was in your 3rd house of communication. There could be activity around communication, writing, reading, like the things that have to do with communication. Also siblings, neighbors, and whatnot. But Venus right now, remember Venus is in Leo, so we are reassessing thing, and Venus really is at play here with Mercury as well. So that's all in your 4th house. So there could be matters of home that's going to resonate for you as well. Okay, matters of home or family, children, or your actual home. All right. So I would not be surprised if a lot of Tauruses think about moving around this time. But or even when you add the two together, it could be just like you could be working from home now. Decide you want to go into office, or vice versa. You work in an office space, but now you're like, I want to work from home. All right. So, or even remotely, hey, you could be, you have a laptop and, pick your family up and move to, Ushuaia and decide to just work there for, whatever. But anyway, let's see what's going on for you for this full moon in Aquarius. Again, I am doing a 4-card full moon spread, Taurus. So, let's see, Taurus, you are, wow, ooh, yeah, Taurus, You first, let's just point out the fact that you just got all major arcanas and a court card. So this is going to be a very big full moon for you. You are going to feel it. Now, you got the Strength card. This is very interesting because this card corresponds to the new moon, okay? Remember, these are cycles, so think about what happened for you around January 2023, all right? Around January 21st, around that time, all right? There possibly something that happened in career where you had to like really power up, and you had to just really just, go within, tap into your spiritual side, tap into, get in touch with your spirit guides, have those moments of like, I need strength and courage right now to get through this, to really get through this. And you got it, okay? You got it, all right? So strength is all about a lot of mental activity going through. Message I'm coming through is a lot of it was mental, like a lot of mental stuff was happening around that time. All right, around that new moon, like you had a lot going on in your mind. So anyway, if you also want to think about what happened around the new moon that happened a few weeks ago, that was in your third house. Okay, Gemini is the native ruler of the third house, communication. But even still, this card is ruled by Leo. All right, so. Remember what I said, a lot of activity with family, all right? Family matters. Leo is, Venus is in Leo right now, Sun is in Leo, all in your fourth house. So again, a lot of activity that you were thinking about, maybe like home-related matters, children-related matters, family-related matters, but there was still a lot going on up here, but you were finding the strength and courage to move forward. In fact, actually, when you think about what was happening back in January, we had a lot of activity in your 12th house of the subconscious. So even you were you were up here. All right. So now this is amazing because you got the King of Swords. All right. The second card. And so what this card is saying is this is what the full moon is illuminating. It's having that power and authority. It's facing all your truth, having nothing to hide. No one can hide anything from you, okay? No one can hide anything from you. This is amazing. So really feeling like you're in that seat of power right now, especially, again, mentally. Now, remember how I said this is going to be a big full moon for you because you got all these major arcanas, which are very significant. What the full moon is illuminating, the King of Swords, kings are fixed, swords are air. King of Swords is Aquarius. So you pull a card of Aquarius, all right? I'm going to show you something else that's really just mind-blowing here, okay? But this is really amazing. So what it's illuminating, power up, keep that power, all right? You're getting these cards of like power, right? So you're in a good place. You're in a really good place, head above the clouds. You are definitely like truth seeking too, in terms of your life, your journey, your spiritual growth, but also in your physical world, being true to yourself. And I love all this. You're good. You're absolutely good. You also got temperance, all right? So this is what's really interesting is it falls in what it means for you is what you actually need to release during this full moon, all right? So if you have any worries or doubts or concerns or even just like a feeling of frustration, things are not happening fast enough, stop, okay? Everything that you want is going to happen. You have to stop stressing. That's the thing you have to release, all right? Stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking that this hasn't happened yet and this isn't fair. Like everything, astrology wise is it's gonna happen. It is. Things happen behind the scenes, okay? Like I said earlier, but this is just saying where it falls in your spread. You got to release that, okay? This card is temperance literally means self-restraint. And you know that. It's saying that restrain yourself. Things are gonna come. Don't like get all riled up about like this hasn't happened yet or this is taking too long. They will come as long as you're patient, as long as you have that gratitude, as long as you're cool and enjoy the ride. You're so set up for this amazing, come on, what you can expect. You got the Fool. Your life is changing, Taurus, in a huge way, all right? Remember, Jupiter already just went into your sign a few months ago, okay? We're still at the brink of it. It's there until May 2024. Your life is changing, and you know it, Taurus. You know it, okay? You know that there's this shift happening. A lot of y'all are moving into this. You got the Fool. You got the Fool. Oh, and the thing that I was going to point out, the Fool is ruled by Uranus, the ruling planet for Aquarius. So you got 2 Aquarius cards here. This is like really crazy. You got Leo. I mean, Temperance is Sagittarius, but listen, you're good. I mean, this is what you can expect. A brand new beginning. Look at all that sunlight, all right? Look at all that. You're good. You're good. You're good. And then speaking of truth, you see the feather in his cap? We call it the feather of truth. You're good. You're going on this new journey. Your life is changing. You're starting this new cycle in your life with the full moon in Aquarius. It's really just going to be like things are going to come to an end and things are just going to, boom, move forward. It's almost like clearing the decks again in terms of like career and even home related matters. Like there's this new energy coming through and it's so auspicious in the world. He knows he's been being taken care of. He trusts in himself. He trusts in the universe. You see all that sunlight. He's standing on the edge of the cliff. Again, not even looking down. So when I say release any frustrations, any like anxieties or stress, that's what's holding you back if nothing's happening. So once you release those, boom. All right, Taurus, thank you. Okay, Gemini. So this full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 9th house. So that is spirituality. It is all about your belief system, the way that you see things, your philosophies. You could be, there could be a moment of you having just this profound spiritual awakening around this full moon, which is really great. The 9th house also rules higher education. So some of y'all may have be coming to the end of school, something that you took classes on, or learning something. There could also be just a moment where like you graduate from or like get a certificate in something. But it's also the 9th house is also publishing, so there could be some sort of something happening with publishing. If you're writing a book, if you are something that you're really working on, that creative writing wise, or even like starting a website. But it's also long distance travel, so there could be something about that comes to an end around that. You could be coming back from a really long trip. You could also be thinking about I travel way too much. I go to Tahiti too much, and I really need to just be home now. I need to be home now, and I'm not. You know what I mean? Like that may be a thing for you, especially. And while we're on travel, Venus and the Sun in Leo is in your 3rd house, which also rules short distance travel. So there's going to be a major something changing with travel for y'all. There could be something like where maybe you I don't know, maybe you were renting out a Airbnb, like you live in Phoenix, Arizona, and your Airbnb was in I don't know, Hawaii, so you had to like travel there a lot just to like fix things and talk with the property owner. And now it's just like, okay, I got rid of it, or I got a new property owner who's actually on top of things. I don't need to go there anymore. Everything's fixed. But anyway, there's gonna be conclusion in those areas, but also the main thing is like this spiritual awakening. And there may be some elements of money that may be a thing if you want to. There's a lot of salary. There could be something like with jobs and career at play here. But let's see what's going on for you. Okay, let's see what's going on for you, Gemini, for this full moon in Aquarius. So, Gemini, I am not going to lie. This is pretty big. Yeah. Wow. Hey, Gemini, you see that you are good. Really, really good. You got the Knight of Swords. No, sorry, you got the Knight of Swords here. You got the Knight of Wands. So this card is corresponding to the new moon. All right, remember we're thinking about what happened around that new moon, January 21st, 2023. Around that time, okay, it didn't have to be on the exact day. Around that time, there was a sense of you just. I'm getting more of like, I need to break free from this. Like I need to just what is going on? I need to just, this is what I want. This is what you've been going after things. You've been going after things. This is all about your passions. This is all about like really, really just like moving forward. Nothing can stop me now energy, okay? And then Aquarius, your BFF, right? Fellow air sign, really bringing it. I mean, like, he does have like that rebellious streak. It's really like what you were going through around that time could have been like a moment of, even like a moment of passage. But again, travel is a big thing. This card is associated. There's a big association with travel with the Knight of Wands, okay? But also just transformative energy. There's also a sense of rites of passage. If there was something that you were going through that it could have been some sort of ascension. Again, remember, you are having this, it's in your 9th house of spirituality. You do see the pyramids in the background, okay? They really are kind of like, they do represent that, just kind of like the architecture of ascension. Anyway, I'm not even gonna, but you see, you know I'm going with, like, you were going after, you have passions. You have passions you want to go after. Now, you got the Knight of Swords. I love it. I'm confusing the two. The Knight of Swords, when they clearly have their thing. Knight of Swords. So where this is in your staff, this is, or in your spread, this is where what the full moon is illuminating for you. So this is saying, keep going, all right? This is you, by the way. You know that. Knights are mutable. Swords are air. You're the mutable air sign. Gemini, Knight of Swords is air. Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Boom, boom, boom. Going bold, courageous, but very like mentally, all right? Because swords, the air suit, mental suit, logic, communication. It's like you're gonna have so much clarity around this full moon, and a lot of it will have to do with this awakening, this wake-up call that you're gonna have, especially with like, all right, I'm gonna get rid of this and I'm gonna move forward with this. All right, I absolutely love this for you. It's all, you got so much transformation happening around this full moon, I'm not gonna lie. All right, with these two knights, especially because they're both like really, I mean, they're active, okay? They're really active. They go for what they want. Nothing's gonna, and these two knights in particular, like, it's like nothing can stop me now energy. Remember, with Aquarius has that independence, right? And they also that marching to my own drum beat, but also that rebellious streak, like, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I have to do. All right, even you're gonna have that download there. Now you also got the Three of Wands. All right, very interesting. Okay, this is falling into your spread where it's saying what you have to release now, and so this is all about change. This is all about a lot of just, you know, what's out there, all right? So there's a sense of, looking at your entire spread here, there's a sense of something that, especially mentally, you have to just let go now, all right? This is all about moving forward, and so in order to move forward, you gotta let something go, all right? There could also be something that you have, it could be some sort of, there's just something that you have to let go for in order for this thing that you want, all right? For some Geminis, it may resonate in the fact that there could be something that project that you've been thinking about doing, or something that you may have thought about launching or doing something like really different. Just continue to reevaluate that. I'm not saying that it's not the wrong thing. You could just have moments of clarity where it's like, oh, I should have done this, or oh, I should do this instead. Oh, I should add to this. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't. So that's the main message here. And then judgment, all right? What you can expect in the future. What did I say? Spiritual awakening. So, boom, there you go. You're going to have this moment of like, this wake-up call, and then you got the judgment card, and so we're near the end of the hero's journey, right? We're just, so this is right before the world, all right? So you have to have that wake-up call, that reckoning, that aha moment. I know who I am. I know what I want. I am now, you know, I've heard the blow of the trumpet. You have an archangel here, right? I've heard the blow of the trumpet that's waking the dead. If it can wake the dead, it can wake me up. I get it. I know my soul's purpose. It's all about spiritual growth, okay? And now looking for like these meaningful, this meaningful life experience for you. So yours is really great. Yours is actually very inspiring here. All right, Gemini. So go get him. Go get him, Tigers, twins. Sorry. Go get him, twins. Okay, Cancer. So for you, the full moon in Aquarius, it is going to be in your 8th house. You are going to feel some deep, transformative experiences. That's what the 8th house is. It's all about death and rebirth, new life cycle. When I say this is a big ending of something, you are definitely going to feel it. You are 1000% going to feel it. Now, what's really going to make this very interesting is that the 8th house is also secrets. You could hear some secrets. You could unfold around this time. You could also maybe tell some secrets that hey, listen, you do you. I don't, you do you, all right? But it's really like, I don't want you to think of it in like a gossipy way. It could just be like, maybe you've been working on a project for a long time that you had to keep under wraps, or, you're planning someone's like birthday party, keeping it under wraps, and now it's like, hey, now I get to tell everybody, right? So in any case, that's a big thing. And then there could be an end to something in terms of sex. All right, we're all adults here. We can talk about it. 8th house sex is up in there, so keep that in mind. All right, it's also other people's money. Now this is where it gets really interesting for you, Cancer, is that this full moon in Aquarius in your 8th house of other people's money, so there could be some sort of ending to financial matters. Okay, so everything but your salary. So it could be like you finally pay off taxes that you owed, you finally pay off debts that you owed. All right, there's closure to that, ending to that. You finally paid off the mortgage on a house. There could be something that has to do with inheritance or investments around this time as well. But here's the kicker, is that Venus and the Sun is in Leo, all right, in your 2nd house of salary. And so there could be money in matters in any way, shape, or form now around this full moon. All right, so the way that I see it is looking at the fact that the North Node moved into your 10th house. It could be that you start a new job that brings in different type of salary, like bigger, like you're, hey, I want to be your friend, right, Cancer? 2nd house is also self-worth and self-value, so keep that in mind as well. There could be like an end of you feeling like I'm not good enough, or I'm not deserving of this. So Cancer, this is going to be a big full moon for you. So let's see what's going on for you for this full moon in Aquarius for Cancer. So I am doing a 4-card spread, and this is what we have for you. Yes. Whoo, this is very interesting. Okay, so you got the Chariot. You pulled your own card, all right? So I love the fact that you did get the Chariot. As you know, maybe you don't, but if you're into numerology, 2023 is the year of 7, all right? We're just coming out of July, which is 7. 7 is a significant number. 7, there's it just I can't even think of it like right now, but because there's so many things. But if you want to think about, like, there's 7 chakras, there's 7 colors of the rainbow, there's 7 days a week. 7 is very significant, but at the end of the day, it's introspection. Okay, this charioteer has found that willpower, the determination to move forward from any obstacle. So think about what happened for you, because this corresponds to the new moon. Okay, remember, this is the transfer. The new moon that happened in Aquarius was still in your 8th house of death and rebirth, transformation. You started some new cycle that you started to see unfold around January. Okay, it can also, for some Cancers, may resonate with you from the new moon that we had in your sign. All right, identity, yourself. Okay, so transformation. This is moving from any obstacles that were holding you back. So I absolutely love this for you. This is very transformative energy. I want you to know what it was, right? What it was that you were just going through a very transformative experience. Okay. One thing is I want to point out is that a lot of people really question why the Chariot is attributed to Cancer, because Cancers are known to be like the nurturing, like more sensitive, like you're a water sign, right? People tend to forget that Cancers are cardinal signs. They're leaders. All right. So you're good. You're good. Think about what happened for you. All right. Around January, the transformations that you were going through, where you put your foot down, you said, "Nope, I'm done with this," and moving on to this. It again can have to do with money matters, but you did get Temperance, which is very interesting because this is falling into the part of your spread where it's saying where the full moon is illuminating now. All right, so it's saying have that balance in your life. Okay, really just be yourself. Really touch it. Tap into your spiritual side. Tap into when I say spiritual side, just alignment of mind, body, soul, all of that. Okay, that's a cycle within itself. All right, you even see the little sun on the archangel's forehead here. All right, and so that's your pineal gland. So really tap into your I say it all the time, Cancers, y'all are so intuitive, so really just tap into that, but also have that patience. Have that patience. Patience is a virtue for the things that you want, all right? Know that they are coming. So no feelings of like frustration, no feelings of doubt or anxiety, any of that. None of that, because this card is telling you things you want will come. There's a path for everybody. Everyone has a path to enlightenment. Everyone's going to reach it. But when you fear, when you doubt, when you stress that things haven't happened for you, or they're not happening for you, or things that you wanted didn't happen, just trust in the process. Trust in the universe, okay? Trust in yourself too, to be, and keep your energy levels high, okay? That's what temperance is. It's self-restraint, all right? So it's basically saying don't have any fears, don't have any doubts, don't have any moments of like even like frustration, because you will, when you have those feelings, it slows you down on your path to it. It makes the things that you want harder to get, because you're stuck in these low energy vibes. Now, you did get the 5 of Cups, all right? So this is actually really good where it falls in your spread, okay? I want you to know that. This is a card of disappointment. This is a card of just really dwelling on something from the past, okay? That may have really had an emotional impact on you. And so where this falls in your spread, it's like what you need to release. So now it's time to let all those go. Everything it can, whether it was in your physical world, it could have been something that, again, 8th house rules other people's money, it rules, sex, it rules a lot of things, okay? But it's transformation at the end of the day, all right? Transformation, just these big life cycles. So as you move into this next cycle, you really, really, really have to not worry about, look at this. You do see the 2 cups behind him, so there's hope in every card. If you can let this go, you're good, okay? If you can stop letting your past dictate your future, you're good, all right? So remember, that is what you have to release, is an emotional attachment to something that may have not worked out, that may have, just not, it could have been disappointing for you. But know that when you let that go, you make room for these great things to come through. Now, lastly, you got the 2 of Wands, all right? So this is what it's saying, where it falls in your thread. It's like what you can expect for the future after this full moon. Planning your next step. You have the world in your hands. You're good, okay? Just plan. Remember, don't initiate. I did that again, that video, like when Venus is retrograde, but also when like half the solar system's retrograde. But full moons are a time of closure. With closure, there's always that planning for that next thing, right? So this is planning your next step, okay? What you're passionate about, all right? Things that are, even ideas, creativity, but a lot of work-related matters. This is, enterprise, career, jobs, but planning, all right? Not really like, launching anything. Don't do that yet, okay? Wait until after September 3rd, but just the planning mode, okay? Planning mode. So that is for you. It looks like you do have to let some things go in order for things to go. Once you let these things go, you make all this space, like I said earlier, for you to start thinking about your next step and what's going to bring that change in your life. Because remember, what comes after the 2 of Wands? Obviously the 3 of Wands, the card of change. So it's planning this big change in your life. All right, Cancer? Thanks so much. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you for the full moon in Aquarius. This full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 7th house. of partnerships and relationships. There's something coming to an end. I hope you know that. Again, it can be even just a situation with a partnership, a relationship. And when I say partnerships and relationships, obviously I always say like it can be like work related, career related, business related. It can be love related, home related, but you can even like partnerships is like, if you, for instance, are looking for a house, you're working with a real estate agent, that's a partnership too. Do you see? Like, so ask yourself how it will resonate for you. Again, a lot of y'all will probably already be feeling it. There's going to be some sort of closure in terms of this area, all right? Or even completion too, but also like, it's not always like a bad thing. These full moons, it could just be like, you've gotten to a point in your relationship where you're just like, okay, like it's time to go to the next level. All right. So, and as we know, Venus is retrograde in your sign. That's a big thing. And so Venus and the sun in your sign, actually. And like, there's a lot, honestly, there's just a lot happening for y'all right now. I'm not gonna lie, a lot happening for y'all, and y'all may quite honestly feel a lot of it in career too. Okay, changes in career coming to an end at some point or juncture in your career. But again, the big thing is partnerships and relationships. So let's see what's going on for you for this full moon in Aquarius. So Leo, look at you. Wow, you. So you got the High Priestess. Very interesting. I can honestly say this is really interesting. I want you to think about, so here's the thing. This card corresponds to the new moon. So think about what was happening for you around the new moon in January. All right. So again, something that has to do with partnerships, relationships, where you have to really go deep and really think about it. All right. What's interesting is the High Priestess is ruled by the moon. Okay. So it's really something that could have been like an emotional thing for you, really going deep. She is the guardian of the subconscious. This is a lot of the subconscious at play here, but it's really just figuring out there was like a level of depth that happened around that new moon around January. You can also, for you, think about what happened in June. Okay, or I'm sorry, a few weeks ago, July 17th, when that new moon was in Cancer, because that was actually in your 12th house of the subconscious. Okay, so see what resonates for you. But this is, again, bringing up those issues of there could have been some sort of like kind of like you deciding, but like just some dualities that was happening in your life, and you had to just really go deep to figure out what is going on. All right, so now you got the Two of Pentacles, which is very interesting because, hey, this is illuminating what you need to do, like what the full moon is illuminating for you. You got the Two of Pentacles, so there's a sense of imbalance when it comes to partnerships, relationships, and even like identity and self. All right, so it's trying to figure out what that balance is. Okay, finding that balance, again, it can have to do with work. You have the Pentacles here, so money and wealth is like a thing, but it can be something, partnerships regarding money and wealth. There could be an issue or a subject that comes up around this time, but it's also like you may just be taking on too much too, and not having your partners involved in some way as a message coming through. Like, why are you not, like, you should be having a conversation with your partner or whatever about something that's going on. But you did get the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so this came in the part of your spread where it's something that you need to release and you have to let go. So career is definitely going to be a big thing for you because this card is ruled by Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. There is possibly, remember, with partnerships, it can relate to career. Okay, but also even just like honors, achievement, something that you need to release at this time. It could also be that something has come to an end, like you finally achieved something that you wanted. Now it's time to go to the next level. Like I said, this is a card of luck. This is, you see the the 4 fixed signs here as well. You're here, Leo. You're a fixed sign. So this is very karmic. This is a karmic wheel. So think about your karma, all right? What you need to release at this time. That's the main thing that's coming up. That's going to help you move forward toward your destiny. So again, it is just for some Leos, it could just be the ending of something, or as if like you've already achieved it, because it's a very positive card. It's a card of like good luck and prosperity. So it could be something that like, yeah, I made it. I beat Donkey Kong. Now I'm gonna move over to Tetris 5.0, or you know what I mean? Like, just what's that next level for you? And now finally, you got the King of Cups, so that's why I'm saying a lot of this energy here is mostly like really, really, actually really good for you with the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Cups. Just this is what to expect after the full moon. It was being just so emotionally stable, being on top of your emotions, being very loving, and also referring back to that intuitive energy, okay? Which is, remember, you started off with the High Priestess, where these full moons, new moons, these are cycles, okay? So High Priestess, all that intuitive, spiritual energy, and then we're coming back with the King of Cups, who's like the most psychic king in all of tarot. Like, it's so, he's very intuitive, but also just like so loving, all right? So a lot of self-love here too. So this is all moving in a great direction for you, Leo, all right? So thanks so much, Leo. All right, Virgo, so this full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 6th house. And I actually really love this one for you because the 6th house is everyday activities, it's your routines. And so it's almost like you're going to break a habit. You're going to break something that you break free from something, all right? Remember, this is there's going to be that little rebellious side inside you. It's in Aquarius, okay? And it's really that sense of freedom. It's going to be huge for you. I love that. It's also, the 6th house also does rule health as well. There could be some sort of health matter that's coming to an end for y'all. The other thing is Venus is in Leo in your 12th house. So Venus and the Sun is in your 12th house. So it's almost like the two just go really well together. It's like that's your subconscious, the 12th house, all right? Dreams. Pay attention to your dreams right now as well, all right? Not the ones like if you went and saw like Saw 6, like the entire like series, and you had nightmares, those are not the dreams to pay attention to. You know the dreams to pay attention to. So Virgo, with that said, let's go ahead and see what's going on for you for this full moon that's happening in Aquarius. Oh my goodness, I'm already at that point where I'm just like, all right. So Virgo, yes. So let's see what's going on for you with this full moon in Aquarius. You are really, 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 really good. All right, Virgo, you're really good. Oh my goodness, I cannot even, like, more power to you. This is amazing. So you got the Fool. This is absolutely amazing. Okay, so remember, so this, where this card represents, it corresponds to the new moon in Aquarius that happened around January 21st. Okay, so think about what happened around that time. Something new that you may have started. All right, something new that could have been so, like, again, this is daily, everyday activity. So it does also include work. Some of y'all could have started a new job. You could have hired employees or whatnot. There could have been something that you started that may, like, in terms of health, like maybe around, after New Year's, how a lot of people start their like I want to lose weight, or I want to get more buff and things like that. You could have started something like a new diet or new exercise routine, and now you're coming out at the end of it and going on to some next level in some way. But even still, you got the Fool. What's really amazing about this is that, remember, everyday activities. When I said earlier that the biggest thing for me that was coming through was this breakthrough moment, you're going to break a habit. Well, hey, the Fool, the ruling planet for the Fool is Uranus, which is the ruling planet for Aquarius. this, hey, and remember, Uranus, this is all about freedom. This is all about like brilliance, innovation, being like moving forward. Like, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. I absolutely love this for you. So think about what happened around that time. You can also even think about, if you want to, think about the new moon that happened just recently in Cancer. Okay, that was on July 17th, and that happened in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. Okay, so there could be some activity around there, as things that you have been thinking about, or things that you launched, or because it was a new moon, and there could be some clarity around that now. Hey, you got the King of Wands. All right, so I absolutely love this for you. What this card is representing is what the full moon is illuminating for you. So for a lot of Virgos, it will be career. The King of Wands, he is like the entrepreneur. And remember, with the full moon in Aquarius in your 6th house, everyday activities, which does include work. But the King of Wands is Leo, right? So again, this is very interesting. Just you being on top, sitting in this throne, but in a really fun way. The King of Wands, he's the most fun king, okay? Think of like Will Ferrell sitting in this throne right now. Like, he's fun. He's also very like influential, very inspiring. Worked his way up, so you could have been working really hard to sit in this throne. I'm getting a lot of like personal matters as well, as in like you've had this breakthrough. Is something subconsciously. Remember, Venus and the Sun Leo in your 12th house, so something like deeply rooted, you finally have this breakthrough from it. And the Venus retrograde probably really helped, okay, with all these other planets retrograde, because it's giving you time to like reassess things. All right, so absolutely wonderful for you. All right, so now this is what you need to release. You got the 7 of Pentacles. So 7 of Pentacles really is like, it's really like you've come to a point, especially in work. If you are here for work, this may like resonate with you a lot, where you're just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I want to move on to something different. Some of y'all actually may also have come to a point where you've reached the pinnacle of your career, and so now it's time to do something new. Maybe you will think about launching your own business. Maybe you will think about, maybe you are that intern at the law firm and you were just like, I want to be partner, right? Like that, yeah, hey, dreams come true, right? Dreams come true. But there is a sense of like moving forward and like questioning, like, what do I have to release to go toward the things that I want. All right, so again, this is for you still like everyday activities, but even on a subconscious level, there could be something that is holding you back. Like, it could be a sense of like burnout energy. It could be a sense of like even like doubt or whatnot. Release it now. Release it now. You're going to be absolutely 1,000. Oh, I really want to say that like like fantastically amazing. Okay, you got the Emperor. This card is corresponding to what's coming next for you, what to expect after this full moon. You just got the Emperor. He is the ruler of his destiny. He's the ruler of all, right? He is the ruler. You're sitting in this throne. It's a long white beard for wisdom. He wears a crown, success. You see the red robe, passion, power. You see he's fully protected too. You see underneath his robe, all right? He's fully armored, okay? He's got the orb in his hand representing the globe. I mean, like, you were really good, okay? The Emperor is actually Aries too. So if you want to think about that as well, remember the changing of the nodes. If you saw my last reading, okay, the North Node moved into Aries in your 8th house of death and rebirth, transformation, moving on into this new cycle in your life, but with a lot of power, a lot of authority. It's just a lot of society energy with this card as well. So there could be just you being a lot of Virgos. You're definitely going to be seen in this new, like, I'm not going to lie, Virgo. This is huge, okay? This is really huge. Do not forget that Mars is in Virgo right now, okay? Mars is in Virgo, and so is Mercury in your sign. Virgo, this is really big. This is really big. Remember how I said Mars is trining Jupiter, the planet of good fortune and good luck on this day? Like, you have a lot to look forward to. This is absolutely amazing. So I'm very, very excited for you. All right. Thank you, Virgo. All right, Libra. So this full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 5th house. Wow. 5th house is pleasure. It's fun. It's romance. It's love. It's sex. It's creativity, self-expression. Libra, there is going to be some sort of closure, completion, and again, I don't want you to think of it as a bad thing. Like, there could just be something that you outgrow at this point, or it could be that you have completed a cycle. Like, you've come to a point where it's like you've achieved what you've wanted to achieve, and now that's coming to an end. Now you're going to the next level, the next cycle of this part. Okay. Now, what's really interesting is that just looking at what's going on for you, Venus and the Sun, and they're in Leo right now, and that is your 11th house, all right? So when you add the two together, first of all, remember how I said Pluto in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius. Well, Pluto, okay, anyway. Remember how I said it's full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 5th house, all right? Leo is the native ruler of the 5th house, so this is, the connection here is really big, all right? So the fact that Venus is retrograde in Leo in your 11th house, which is your social network, there could be some sort of like ending with like a social, like maybe a friend or friendship, or and again, I don't want you to think it's a bad thing. It's just like it could have been just organically, or there could have been a friend that moved really far away, you can't see them anymore, but also it is your groups that you belong to, organizations you belong to, and your hopes and wishes. Okay, so again, doing all the math here, it's like you could have just come to fulfillment at it's something in your life that you're like really passionate about, and now it's coming to the next level. Or there could just be some sort of ending to something that you're passionate about, where you are just now saying, all right, I really this happened, and now I am going to move into a different direction. I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to learn a lot about what is going to bring me pleasure now, all right? Because remember, this is Aquarius we're talking about. This is you marching to your own drumbeat. This is you having those breakthroughs, being very innovative, being very future forward, thinking about your future. This full moon is really about putting something to an end, for making room for new things to come through. So Libra, let's see what's going on for you for this full moon in Aquarius. All right, Libra, what can we expect? So, Libra, wow. Okay. My leg's falling asleep. Libra, you see what's happening here. Oh, maybe you don't, but I like it when you don't, because I like to surprise you when I pull the cards up. You got the Knight of Cups. So this card corresponds to the new moon. Okay, so think about what happened January 21st, 2023, around that time. Okay, I really want you to think about what happened around that time. There could have been a new love you started. There could have been a new passion project you started. There could have been something that you were pursuing. There could have been a lot of daydreaming too. This is what I want. I really want this. But the Knight of Cups really is like the most like romantic seeking, the knight in shining armor. So there could have been a new relationship that you started in some form or capacity. Now, the reason why this is resonating so big, okay, and partnerships and relationships, like I said, it's going to be a big thing right now with Venus in Leo retrograde, and the fact that this full moon in Aquarius is in your 5th house of love, okay? Here's what's mind-blowing, all right? 2 things. 1, when I say think back to January 2023, that is when Jupiter was in Aries, in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Now, think about what happened on the new moon in Cancer just a few weeks ago, all right? On that day, remember I talked about the lunar nodes. We have the shift in the nodes. The North Node, your destiny, your calling, moved into Aries, your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. You see him extending that cup. He wants to share it with someone. So there is going to be some activity around partnerships and relationships, okay? And it can be work related too, all right? That new moon in Cancer that we just had was in your 10th house of career. So there could be some activity around partnerships, relationships, in work or love or both, okay? It could be the ending of a relationship to let a new one in. It could be you taking your relationship to the next level, like ascending, okay? If you're not here for relationships, if we're not here for work or career, this is just you and your spiritual journey, all right? This is you going after just passions, like even passion projects, like what is going to fill your cup? Secondly, you got the Page of Swords, all right? So this is absolutely amazing. This is what the full moon is illuminating for you. There's something new that you want to, there's this force that's happening with this full moon, as there is a sense of closure. There is like, it's almost like doubling down on this new thing that you want, and you probably will be getting a message, okay? The pages are messengers, all right? Swords are the mental suit, all right? So this is like big time message coming through. Also, I want to remind you something. Pages are the newbies. They're all about change. Swords are all about change. So there's going to be this sense of change for you. A lot of it's going to be up here, all right? The way that you think about things, but it's almost like this new thing that you're moving toward that you really want after this full moon in Aquarius. So now you got the Four of Pentacles. In the part that corresponds to what you need to release, what is going to be released, what you're going to be letting go, okay, around this full moon in Aquarius. And so you got the Four of Pentacles. So there is a sense of two things here. One, if you have been really, okay, I'm just going to, you know what, let's real talk here, all right? Jupiter and Uranus are in your 8th house right now, okay? Other people's money, joint finances. It also includes like your partner's income as well, okay? But think inheritance, investments as well, paying off debts, all of that. But there's a sense of like worry for a lot of Libras that it's just like, been worrying about this. I've been worrying about this, and it's been something that's been on my mind. It's time to let that go. All right, let that go. Let all that worry go, because you have to like release that. All right, be on top of it. All right. Don't let, it's almost like if it was like you were like stressing about student debts or whatnot, that's just gonna that's taking up so much space in your head. Okay, when was the last time worrying about something did anything, right? So let the worry go and just be on top of it and just say like, I'm gonna own this. I'm gonna take care of this. You know what I mean? Like just flip your mindset around that. All right. The second thing, the second message that was coming up was that there is a sense of you're gonna have to bring in what you need for more stability in your life. It's almost like that balance energy. It's going to be really big for you. All right. So think about that. When it comes to like 4 is all about order. It is all about stability. All right. Think about like 4 legs of a table, 4 wheels of a car, right? That stability. So releasing the things that's not allowing you to be stable. All right. So again, a lot of it can be worry, anxiety. It's, you know, the full moons it can be emotional. So really have to take that time to just hit the road, Jack. All right, Mr. Anxiety in my head, get out of here. Now, look, how crazy is that? How crazy is that? You just got the 2 of Cups in your spread that corresponds to what you can expect coming next after this full moon. Love, 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 transcending time and space itself. All right, this is the card of true love. In layman's terms, like the twin flame card, the soulmate card. If you are not here for love, if that's not like even like a big matter for you, this is in terms of like relationships, it can be very platonic. Remember, Venus and the Sun in Leo is in your 11th house of your social network, right? So friends. So it can be platonic love, taking your love to the next level. Maybe y'all are moving in together. Maybe you're starting a business together, whatever it is. But also self-love, okay? So again, so much love coming through, all right? this is absolutely amazing. But remember, from the very beginning, I said with all this activity, with in Leo, with relationships and partnerships, and then the fact that you got the Knight of Cups, and now you got the Two of Cups. Remember what I said. The North Node moving into your 7th house of partnerships. Okay, Libra, that's a big thing. That's a big deal, especially because you are the native ruler of the 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So if you're single, you better be going out there, going to the, observatories or wherever you meet singles these days. I don't even know, the Shake Shack. Go wherever you meet singles, go do it. You got this. And if you are in a relationship, and it's even, the work related too. It's like next step, next level. All right. This is it's a big thing. It's a big thing. This is in your future. All right, Libra. Thanks so much. All right, Scorpio, this full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 4th house. You are going to have a lot of changes in your home environment. This is going to be a big thing, okay? So the 4th house is the domestic sector, so it's your home. You could be thinking about moving. You could be finally finalizing, leaving a place, moving into a new place. You could also be thinking about moving in with a partner. There's a lot of activity here. There's a lot of activity. It also rules family and children, so there could be some matters that come up around this time with that as well. Also, Venus and the Sun and Leo is in your 10th house. So a lot of y'all may be having these moments of career, okay? There could be some activity around career around this time, all right? The 10th house is career. It's public recognition. It's fame. It's honors, achievements. So there could be a sense of something that you've achieved, all right, that culminates around this full moon. And now it's like the next step, okay? But then when you add the two together, all right, your 10th house and your 4th house, there could be, some of y'all could possibly decide, if you work from home, you just you get a job where you go to an office and you get really excited about that, or vice versa. You may get a new job where you or maybe your job allows you to work from home, and you get really excited about that because you can spend time with your partner, you can spend time with your family, you can spend time with your children. So in any case, let's see what's going on for you. Let's do it, Scorpio. All right, let's see what's going on for you for during this full moon in Aquarius. All right, Scorpio. Now, what is going on with Scorpio? Well, it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on for y'all. Okay, so you got the 6 of Cups. I love this card. If you watch my weekly and monthly readings, I always say this is one of my favorite cards. This is Sun in Scorpio, right? I don't always talk about what card is attributed to what planetary aspect or whatever, because my readings go on so long, but I love this card. It's all about kindness. It's like that passion. Y'all are so passionate, Scorpios, but this is sharing kindness, gentleness. It's also tapping into your inner child, but also with the children here as well. So children is a thing. Remember, I just said this full moon in Aquarius will be in your 4th house, which rules family and children. Okay, now this card is corresponding to the new moon in Aquarius that happened January 2023. So think about what happened around that time. All right, so it could be something that had to do with children, but it also could have had to do with something with you, where you were just things were so stressful for you. Things were just so crazy, bat monkey, okay, crazy for you, that you were just F it. I'm just gonna I do my own thing. I'm just really tapping into your inner child, right? Really just there's almost a sense of just letting things go. Remember, Aquarius is a sign of independence. It is all about freedom, breaking free. Okay, so there could have been a moment for that or along those lines, but a lot of self-love coming up. So think about what happened around that time for y'all. All right, you can, even if you want to, think about the new moon that just happened in Cancer recently. That could also resonate for a lot of Scorpios. That was in your fellow water sign, Cancer. That was in your 9th house, spirituality. So still same thing, just something where it was just going deep and really figuring those things out. But this really is also a card of nostalgia. So there could be someone that did come up from your past. It could have been a former employee, former friend, neighbor. It could have also been someone that is even a family member that you hadn't seen for a while. Cause this is coming back into your life, and you have to figure out why that person came back into your life. Okay, so keep that in mind, especially because Venus is retrograde, and that is going to happen. All right, you're going to see that happen. Now, you did get the Devil. Okay, so this is what the full moon is illuminating for you. All right, so I want you to really think about this. I want you to really think about this. The Devil is attributed to Capricorn, the full moon, or just Capricorn in general. And so this card is ruled by Capricorn, which for you, Scorpio, is your third house, is communication, siblings, aunts and uncles, even neighbors. With the fact that the full moon is in Aquarius in your fourth house of home, there could be something that has to do with neighbors that's going to be coming up. Okay, some of y'all are definitely moving. It's almost like you're getting new neighbors. Okay, but it's at the end of the day, it really is, you have to figure out, what is the thing that I need to let go? All right, what is the thing that is holding me back? Okay, something that is not good for you. All right, like if you eat 20 tacos a night, you may have that moment of clarity around this full moon, like, oh, this is why I'm always buying Pepto-Bismol. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is going to be, obviously that is just such a Jimmy analogy, but just know what is not serving you well, okay? And it's obviously going to go deeper than tacos. Let's just get that clear. All right, so you can see the two people chained to the Devil here, and so the chains are loose. You can break free. You just have to be aware of what are those chains. Secondly, once you're aware of what those chains are, you have to care. You have to care to break free. All right. So this full moon, remember, it's closure, it's completion, it's starting this new cycle. So what is the thing that is going to, that you just don't want to do anymore? I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. That's why I want to move into this new place. That's why I want to move in with my partner. That's why I want to nurture this relationship with my children. What is one thing that is like kind of like in the way, like blocking your intuition, but also just blocking you, right? So it can be addiction, it can be a vice, it can just be a certain way of thinking. It's time to really put that in focus and let it go. All right, now you did get the Sun. All right, so with coming up with the Devil, this is absolutely crazy. There is something that you do have to let go. The Sun is ruled in astrology, Sun rules Leo. All right. So remember, I said in your 10th house of career. Okay. So this corresponds to what you have to release. Okay. So not only is there a card where it's like you got to release something. Now we're coming to a place where it's like if you want this sunlight to come through, you got to release something. You got to surrender. This is the full moon in Aquarius that we're talking about. Remember, this is all about surrendering things, self-sacrificing things as well, but also just closure. It's a time of closure. It's a time of completion. Okay, so everything here is saying, like, you got to let something go. You got to let something go. Figure out what it is that may be holding you back, or kind of like, dangling that carrot to the dark side, right? So the sun, you want the sun to shine. All right, so let go what you need to let go, surrender that thing. All right, something could just come to a completion organically, is a message that I'm getting for a lot of Scorpios. But just think about what is that one thing that could be, and have that be open with the conversations too at this time, whether work or home related matters. That's going to be really helpful. And the last one is you got the Two of Wands. All right, and so this is great, actually. The Two of Wands coming up in your this is what to expect in the future, and this is just planning, because you have, what this is saying is like, you're letting something go. You have that moment of clarity around this time of the full moon. Now you can see a lot better in terms of planning what your next step is. Okay, whether it is moving in with a partner, home, children, family related matters, or even career related matters. You see that he's got the world in his hand. All right, standing at the highest point in the castle. All right, so remember, not a time to initiate anything while Venus is retrograde. So it's just planning right now. What is the next step? Okay, you can explore, you can think about things, you can put things on paper, you can reach out to real estate agents, you can submit resumes and stuff, but just don't sign anything during a Venus retrograde, okay? Don't sign anything. Don't make anything official. That's why I love that this card came up, okay? The two of wands, because it is a card of planning. So there you go. Thank you so much, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius, this full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your third house, and the third house is communication, all right? So the way that you communicate, there could be even like projects and communication that you're working on that may come to an end now. It could be some sort of like PR or something, campaign, or just something with your business, or something even like if you're like an influencer, but it's almost like there is like a platform that you're on where there's going to be some sort of like change to it. In terms of communicating to the masses, all right? Or even just communicating in your family life, you know, it really just depends on what resonates with you. Now, the other thing, the reason why I say that is because the third house also rules siblings. It also rules aunts and cousins, and it rules neighbors. Now, this is what's really interesting here for you, Sagittarius, is that third house also rules short distance travel. Venus and the sun in Leo is in your ninth house of long distance travel. So there could be a lot of travel activity. There could be something coming to an end, like a trip. There could be something coming to an end in terms of like maybe you have a career in travel because it's there could be something like you have a career in travel and there's maybe you want to just not travel far anymore. But even still, it's just, you know, you are the native ruler of the ninth house. And so it's a big thing for you right now, okay? Because the ninth house is also spirituality. It's also spirituality, and it's also publishing. If you're working on a book, maybe thinking about doing edits or doing something to, you know, really assessing like what's going on. It also like creative writing or writing projects or essays or even like starting a website. But anyway, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you, all right? For this full moon in Aquarius that's happening on August 1st. So I am doing the full moon spread like I did for the last one. Don't tell the other signs. Wow. Don't tell the other signs, all right? You're like, I'm joking. You can tell who you want, but this is major. This is major. You see that you got two major arcanas and two court cards, and let's just go ahead and get started. You got the King of Wands, okay? So this card is referring back to the new moon that happened in Aquarius around January. So think about what happened for you in January 2023, around January 21st, okay? Around that time, all right? There could have been something where you were just like, I'm taking work more seriously. I am going to also take family, love, all those matters a lot more seriously, even your spirituality. But listen, the main message that's coming through for you is there was something that happened around January where you felt like you were in your element, okay? And there's going to be something that comes to okay, so energetically, I'm already like, there's so much happening. Here's the thing. King of Wands is Leo, all right? So right now, we have Venus and the Sun in Leo. Remember I said that this is ninth house, spirituality, but this is like the entrepreneur of the kings, all right? He's also like the fun-loving king, and you know, everybody loves this king. Now, when you think about what happened for you in January 2023, Jupiter was actually in your fifth house, and Leo is a native ruler of the fifth house. And so that was really like a time where you were having fun, and you were probably having these moments of like really good moments of romance and love and creativity and self-expression, like being very self-expressive. But either way, think about what happened for you. There could have been a lot of career-related activity that happened around that time, that around now, being in your third house, they're just, it's almost like, again, like next level. We're moving next level. They're coming to an end of something and going next level. And if you're not here for career, it's your passions as well, all right? Your passions, but it's growth and it's stepping up, okay? It's even like the King of Wands. He's not sitting in this throne from succession or from like lineage or whatnot. He worked his way up, okay? So keep that in mind. So whatever's happening around this full moon that's resonating from what happened in January is a big thing for you, okay? He's a very transformative king. You can see the salamanders, you know, wands are the fire element, you being a fire sign. This resonates with you. The salamanders back in the 1400s, they thought they were fireproof, and that's why they're all, you know, here, okay? It's that life cycle, right? But also you can also think about what happened for you for that new moon that happened in Cancer, which was in your 8th house, all right, of transformation, life cycle, like death and rebirth, right? So this is a big thing. Salamanders represent life cycles, basically. We can go a little bit deeper about what's happening here. It is kind of like the symbol of the Ouroboros, which is life cycles. But anyway, we're going to keep moving forward. You have the Knight of Cups, all right, Sagittarius. So this is a big thing. This card is attributing to what the full moon is illuminating for you now, what you have to see right now. Knight of Cups. Boom, like pursuing your passions. It's almost like you have this dream, you have this vision, you know what you want for yourself. A lot of it's going to have to do with relationships, okay? This is a huge, you know, Knight of Cups has a huge connotation to that, okay? He is like the most romantic, he's like a daydreamer, but you see him extending his cup. He wants to share that cup with someone, all right? But he's also, if you're not here for relationships, if you're not here for career, if you're not here for love, what do you want? What's going to make you fulfilled emotionally? He just wants to fill his cup, all right? So there's a lot of like creative elements with this. You can see the wings of imagination on his helmet and his shoes. You can see the fish on his armor, all right? So the fish representing imagination and creativity. And remember, innovation too. It's all happening in Aquarius, right? And the fish are red for that passion and that power. And speaking of red and passion and power, boom, you got the Emperor, all right? So this is really interesting. This is falling in a part of your spread where it's like, what do you need to release? What do you need to let go, all right? So there is a sense of like, I'm not going to lie, I'm just going to be very clear with you, is, you know, he is the ruler. He is the ruler, all right? You don't F with the Emperor, right? But then with Venus in Leo and the Sun in Leo, all right, that is in your 9th house, all right, spirituality. There is a sense of, I talked about this in one of my other readings. There is a sense of ego, okay, like high ego. So there could be something like, there's something where you're just like really like, oh yeah, you know, like I was like you're the bad guy in an 80s movie with your collar up and your, you know, your cool sunglasses and your, you know, your funny cut downs. Anyway, that's what you want to get rid of, that part of you, okay? It's just like, we don't want that, all right? So we want you to shine. We want people to trust you now. We want people to, you know, the Emperor, he's, you know, a lot of people have no choice but to look up to this person in many cases, right? Because it is like a lot of society is attached to this card. Now, what's also very interesting is the fact that, you know, the North Node did move into your 5th house, and, you know, that is North Node moving into Aries. Again, going back to what happened January 2023 when Aries was in your 5th house. So there's still a sense of something that has to do with what brings you pleasure, okay? Love, romance, creativity, again, here, self-expression, here. I mean, like, this is a big thing, all right? So I want you to think about that. This full moon, there's going to be something that you may just outgrow that brought you a lot of fun. Or it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be even just something that you had had hopes about, or thought it was like something that you wanted to pursue, and now you realize like, I don't think I want that anymore. It's taking up too much time from the big thing that I want. Like, this is what I want. But also remember, it's remember with the sense of closure, culmination of something. It could just be the fact that you're moving into the next level in where you're at. All right, keep that in mind, especially with the King of Wands here. Now, you got the Empress. So not only did you get the Emperor, you got the Empress, you got the pair here, but what really is the most important thing is the Empress, where this card falls in your spread, what to expect for the future. You're good. You're absolutely good. You're wonderful. You're absolutely amazing. You have no idea. The Empress is ruled by Venus. As we know, Venus is in Leo. Your 9th house, spirituality, okay? Also, long distance travel, publishing, higher education, but you're good. I mean, this is all about living life through pleasure and fun. And so it's really connecting again to your North Node moving into Aries in your 5th house of pleasure and fun and love and romance and creativity, self-expression. This is all about abundance. You have all this abundance to look forward to. And 3 is creation. It's like the birth of new things. Even the Empress is pregnant. So, look, some of y'all could find out that you are pregnant or will have a baby. All right. So, a lot like fertility. Not only is you see the pomegranates all over her dress, fertility, that richness of life too, but you see the golden wheat here. New harvest. I mean, when I say new, the birth of new things, you're moving into this new cycle in your life that's full of abundance. That is the biggest takeaway. She holds the golden scepter that creates all that abundance. So Sagittarius, good for you. You are 2 thumbs up. If I had another hand, I'd give you 3 thumbs up, because she is 3. Who says that? Why did I say that? Thanks so much. All right, thanks, Sagittarius. All right, Capricorn. So for you, for the full moon in Aquarius, that's happening on August 1st. This is happening in your 2nd house. So money, finances, salary. There's going to be some sort of end and new beginning. So it's almost like you're possibly getting a new job or moving into this next area in your life where there is like more money. All right. The other thing is, if you're not here for career, this is also the 2nd house rules material possessions. It rules food, if any of that's relevant to you. It also, so there could be some sort of like ending to something in those matters, like you could sell a car or whatever. Anyway, the other thing is self-value, self-worth. Okay, so that's there could be an ending of like you seeing yourself in a way where you're not good enough or you're not worth something. Nope. You're going to start feeling that's going away. All right. Because, and this is what makes it very interesting, is that all this activity in Leo, Venus retrograde in Leo, Sun in Leo, this is all in your 8th house. So this is, you are going through a big transformation. This full moon is going to be like very transformative for you. It does also rule other people's money. So money is going to be a big thing, because you see that for this full moon in Aquarius, it's hitting the only 2 money houses in the zodiac wheel. And so when I say other people's money, that's like joint resources. It's like it can be like your partner's income. Like your partner could get a huge like raise. It could be investments. It could be inheritance that you receive. It could be even like bonuses, commissions, paying off debts. But it's a big thing for y'all. It's a big thing for y'all. It's also it's funny, if you are like Cancer rising, or if you're a Cancer, it's like it's flipped the other way, because anyway, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you, Capricorn, for this full moon in Aquarius that's happening on August 1st. All right, so you are, wow, Capricorn, I always feel like you get these like spreads that are just so, anyway, I know I talked too much. So justice, there you go. So this card corresponds to the new moon. All right, so think about what happened January 2023, all right, around January 21st, 2023. Okay, so big time for you, all right. Not only are we thinking like birthday season, birthday month, we're also thinking new year. So for Capricorns, this is like a thing for y'all, right? So a lot of new beginnings, or thinking about new things, or it's a big. January is always a big month for Capricorns, but look, you got justice. So there was something that happened. There could have been a legal matter that happened around that time, that you had to something that you had to get your hands in. There could have also been like marriage. I'm not gonna lie. All right, a lot of y'all could have gotten married in January, but again, there is some sense of like closure to some aspect around that. A lot of Capricorns around that time were also thinking about well, you were thinking about there are a lot of family matters as well, but even just like legally, like there could have been like legal stuff. But the point that I was making is that a lot of Capricorns could have been thinking about, what do I want in my life? What is the right thing for me to do? Okay, so a lot of karma is attached to the Justice card. And again, when I talk about like getting married or even entering a relationship, remember, Justice is ruled by Libra. Libra is the native ruler of relationships and partnerships, and remember, there's all that activity that's happening around relationships right now, so could resonate deeply with y'all. If it's not relationships or partnerships in work or career, it is also just you having these big questions. We always ask big questions around New Year's and our birthday season, so for y'all could have been like a big like, what's the plan, what do I want, what, you know what I mean, like working on your karma as well. Now, what the full moon is illuminating for you, you got the 10 of Swords. So it is saying that it is time to let things go. You have a lot going on up here. Hit the road, Jack. All right? Kick it to the curb. Let's learn from anything that's been hard on us, that's been challenging, that's been really stressful, sense of betrayal for some Capricorns. There could also be, oh my gosh, Capricorn, some of y'all are going to be learning secrets. Some of y'all are going to be hearing, like, you're going to be hearing secrets around this time. And it's time to just nip it in the bud, okay? That's a big thing, especially because Venus and the Sun in your 8th house. The 8th house does rule secrets, okay? So it could also be you that's telling a secret, something that you've been holding in for a long time, and you're just finally like, I gotta just get this off my chest, all right? So 1, 0, 10 is the end, all right? We're moving forward. Look at his hand. Same hand gesture as a Hierophant, okay? So learn from anything that's been like really challenging, because we're starting this new cycle with this full moon in Aquarius. It's the completion. This is completion, all right? It's lining up with what's happening astrologically. Now remember what I said about the hand gesture. This is blessings, all right? So learn from all this. Learn from anything that's been challenging for you. That sun is coming out. Those dark clouds are clearing. That's why this is the card of new dawn. New beginnings, 1, 0. Remember, 1. Now, Capricorn, this is when things get really crazy. You pull your own card in the section where it's like what you need to release during this full moon. The devil is ruled by Capricorn. There is something that you have to surrender, something that you have to let go, something that's not working for you anymore, something that's not serving you well. It can be an addiction. It can be a vice. It can be the fact that you spend too much time at work. It's a big thing, okay? You're spending too much time at work, not enough time with yourself, not enough time with your family or your partner. Is a big message coming through. But I want you to ask yourself what resonates with you, okay? What resonates with you? What is the thing that is holding you back? What is the thing that you know? Remember, these full moons are illuminating, okay? something you know you've got to let go, you got to release for this next cycle. All right, so think about that. Think about what it is that you need to release. But also, but again, a lot of it's going to be work related, and some of it could be money related, investment, or like just joint ventures as well. But it's just going to be something that, and also like secrets. But even still, you've got to let something go. You've got to let something go. It's taking up too much headspace, and for a lot of y'all, it's almost like. It's almost like for some Capricorns, it's like that sting. Especially, okay, so if especially coming after the Ten of Swords, it's almost like there's still a sting from something that happened that you're just like, and you got to like come to terms with it and make peace with it, okay, Capricorn? Because, hello, hi, how are ya? We're doing a big close up here, okay? You got the star, all right? You're good. You're good. You let this go, you're good. All right? 1,000%. 1,000% good. First of all, the star is Aquarius, okay? This card is ruled by Aquarius. This full moon is in Aquarius. This is the card of faith, of hopes, of the stars aligning for you. This is such of healing as well, okay? You're going to be good. You let this thing go, you're going to be fine, okay? Healing. It was meant. You're meant to let this go, whatever it is, and ask yourself what it is. Is it something in your physical world? Is it something emotionally? Is it something spiritually? Is it something up here, right? But once you let it go, all the stars start aligning for you, and it brings that strength, okay? You see that all the stars are 8-pointed, all right? So you're good, because this is where it falls. Is like what you can expect for your future, all right? Everything working in your favor. You're good, but you're going to have to do some work and let something go. All right? All right, here we go. Team Aquarius. I am so excited to see what's going on for y'all, for us. This full moon, obviously in our sign, okay? Obviously in our sign. This is all about identity. It's all about, authenticity, being authentic, true to ourselves. This is also, there's going to be, you're just going to feel it. There's going to be some closure. There's going to be something that's coming to an end, okay? There may be a focus, even though this is all about you, there may be a focus on partnerships now, all right? Because remember, the Venus and the Sun, but we're really looking at Venus here, is in your 7th house. Partnerships and relationships. Now, if you want to throw Uranus in the mix, that is, and Jupiter, right? Because they're both really active right now. Your 4th house, okay? So home matters, home related matters. A lot of y'all are, y'all know you're moving. You know that, right? A lot of y'all are moving. Y'all are maybe getting new roommates, maybe getting doing big renovations, or, having kids. There's a lot happening here, but at the core, it's going to be you. A lot of you. Activity, like you identity, but again, partnerships as well, and work or love. All right, so let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius, for this full moon in your sign on August 1st. So Aquarius, you are, wow, a lot of y'all are getting married. I love it. Yeah, this is insane. So you got the 4 of Wands. All right. So this is absolutely amazing. It's the milestone card, right? It's the huzzah, right? Do you watch The Great? Who watches The Great? Anyway, the hurrah moment. All right. So a lot of joy here, a lot of celebration here. So this card is attributed to the new moon in Aquarius that happened in January, all right? January 2023, January 21st. So think about what happened around that time. There could have been something that you had started. There could have been something that just something new that you was starting in your life. Okay, clearly it could have been something big. It could have been like started dating someone, got proposed, had a wedding, maybe even was moved into a new place, maybe thinking about moving into a new place as well, or having a kid, or getting a job, getting a promotion. There's a lot that could have been happening around that time where it was really like the beginning of something new. That was great for you. All right. So now you have the moon. Funny enough, this is the card that is corresponding to what is the full moon illuminating for you. You got a full moon. So this really is saying that just get rid of any fear, okay? Any fear that you have right now, it's let's nip it in the bud. All right, nip it in the bud. You're Aquarius. Aquarius have no fear, right? We have no fear. But no, seriously, this is, you're that little crayfish. You gotta go through those towers, okay? You gotta get to the ocean, all right? You gotta go see your friends. Now, this is saying that this full moon, as all full moons are, a little, you know, we get a little emotional around full moons, okay? And so you may have a situation where whatever happens around this full moon on August 1st is maybe a little emotional for you, and you may be a little, may bring up a little bit of fear, a little bit of distress, a little bit of anxiety. But I want you to know, we're all human beings, right? There's a reason why we were built as human beings, not as robots. We have a range of emotions. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel, you know, anxiety. Just don't get stuck in that energy. Remember, I said you have to move forward. You have to face your fears. Trust your intuition. The moon, all about intuition. You even see the hermit's face in the moon, all about that soul searching, going deep. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so it's going to be a very illuminating full moon for you. You may see. So a big message coming through with. It's almost like you're going to see parts of yourself that you're just like. Okay, and you want to just move forward. You're just like, all right, I don't like this part of myself, and I'm just gonna, you know, this is now the new me. I'm gonna nip this in the bud. This is the completion of that. But again, it can be revealed through your partnerships with other people as well. Okay, so now you got the Knight of Cups. This is what you have to release. All right, so Knight of Cups, a lot of y'all, again, there could be some moments of breakups this full moon. All right, now I don't want you to think that all breakups are bad. A lot of breakups are mutual. I brought this up in another sign that, you know, someone left a comment and it's just like they were so scared. They were like, are you saying that my husband of 40 years is going to leave me? No. Venus retrograde is a time where people are going to be reassessing their relationships. And I, you know, like I did that video or whatever of Venus retrograde, but it is a time where, yeah, people will break up because are you in a relationship that you're not happy with? Do you really want to be stuck in that relationship? Is your partner also unhappy? Why would y'all stay together? So this breakup is actually good for you. So I don't want you to think it's always a bad thing. And Aquarians, y'all are smart. Come on, you know if it's something you got to move forward, you got to move forward, right? You are all about being future forward. So and the only reason I talk about breakups is because that's what's happening for y'all in with Venus and Leo. Relationships and partnerships is a big thing. So it doesn't have to be in love. It can be career as well. You could be starting a new job. You could be starting looking for new partnerships or partnership opportunities. That's what the Knight of Cups wants to do. So if you are not here for either love or career, this is just what is going to fulfill you emotionally. All right, what is going to you know, what are you passionate about? What is going to fill your cup, right? So because this is in the part of your spread where it's like something that you have to release, there's something coming after the moon. There's something about you that you may have to just think about. I don't like this part of me, and I need to start moving forward in this direction. Going toward, it's going to make it easier for me to go toward the things that I want, okay? But again, a lot of y'all may be thinking about the thing that you have to release could be something that you are passionate about, so it might be a little bit emotional for you, right? Or again, with these full moons, it is also like just the ending of something and then the beginning of something new. So again, like that analogy, like you could be in a relationship where you're ending the dating phase and moving into the marriage phase, or do you know what I mean? Like it's whatever resonates with you. Now, speaking of marriage, This card is attributed to what's going to happen for you after the full moon, what to expect. A, you're going to be fine. You got the Justice card, all right? B, a lot of y'all are going to get married. Remember, this is corresponding to that last new moon. And for a lot of y'all, it could have been like, oh my gosh, like that could be the emotional thing. It's like, we're going to get married. I'm scared. Or we're moving in together. I'm scared. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always have to be, it's just like those, there's always like that good anxiety too. Like, oh my gosh, my life is changing in the best way ever. So, and look, romance here with the Knight of Cups, and now you got the Justice card, like marriage, especially with the Four of Wands here and the Knight of Cups. And the moon, if you want to throw that in as well. All right. A lot of y'all are going to be getting married. All right. And really, and if not, if you're single, okay. A lot of y'all are going to renew vows or take your love to the next level, or even contracts with like work related. Like there could be some sort of new work opportunity that comes through. There's going to be a sense of you knowing that you're doing the right thing with the Justice card coming up. But again, there's going to be a part of you that you're just going to have to like let go, right? With that moon, that fear or anxiety, or a part of you that you're just like, I need to just, this is holding me back, right? Use this sword, okay? Use that sword to bring that balance in your life. Now, the other reason why this is so significant, okay? Aquarius, this cannot be any more significant than significant is, all right? So, the main thing is the fact that a lot of relationship, partnership activity here, and I said that from the beginning, that's like a big thing with, Venus retrograde in Leo. Justice is ruled by Libra, all right? Libra is the native ruler of partnerships and relationships. So that will resonate the most for a lot of Aquarius, especially if you're Aquarius rising. But also it can just be a sense of you karmically, like you moving into this new cycle karmically and saying, all right, this is, I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm moving toward this passion. I'm letting this go so I can move toward this passion of mine. But in the end, future-wise, you're good. All right? You're good. Aquarius, you're amazing. All right. Thanks so much, Aquarius. All right, Pisces, what is going on for you for the full moon in Aquarius on August 1st? Well, all that activity is going to be in your 12th house. And so looking at what's going on for you, it's almost like this is really great, okay? 12th house is the subconscious. It is intuition, dreams, behind the scenes kind of stuff, all right? Even like moments of like facing your fears, acknowledging the fact that, it's the 12th house is like also like self-sabotage. So acknowledging the fact like I need to change this about me. And what I love about this is that you are the native ruler of the 12th house. So with Venus in Leo, all right, that's in your 6th house of everyday activities and like habits and routines. So it's almost like this full moon, there's going to be an ending of something that you were just like, I've outgrown this, or the way that I think about this, I'm done with it, or it's almost like there's it's almost like a big breakthrough for you that's coming up, okay? A big personal breakthrough, and I love that. A lot of it could be work related as well. The 6th house does rule work as well, and even health. There could be something that you're reassessing in terms of like health matters, and that does include like fitness and diet as well. So Pisces, let's see what's going on for you for the full moon Aquarius that's happening on August 1st. So, Pisces, this is really, wow. Okay. All right. So, you, okay. You left me speechless. Again, you're leaving me speechless. You got the devil, all right? You got the devil. Now, what's very interesting here is that this card, it corresponds to the new moon in Aquarius that happened in January, all right? January 21st, all right, 2023. So think about what happened around that time. There was something that happened around that time where you had to like let something go, where you had to think about letting something go. There was something that this is all about Ooh, like the devil represents everything you think the devil would represent, like vices, addictions, bad behaviors, pessimistic thinking. So the fact that the full moon in Aquarius is in your 12th house, this is like going really deep. It can even be like traumatic experiences as well. Trauma, I want to remind you, doesn't happen to you, it happens inside you, okay? And so that goes to your subconscious. The subconscious is a part of our brain. It's like where our memories are stored. So all, fear and anxiety and all those low energy frequencies live in our subconscious. All right. So this is bringing, saying that there could have been something where you got attached to something that may have not been good for you. Okay. It could have been, even like a relationship, because there's a lot of focus on relationships. It could even be like a friends with benefit situation. All right, if you catch my drift. And the reason why is because you can also think about what happened with a new moon in Cancer that was just a few weeks ago. That was in your 5th house. Okay, so that's really interesting, because that's just like fifth house does rule sex, but like casual fun sex, or okay. And then when you think about remember the north node and the south node moved into your 8th house of, which that's the 2nd house in the zodiac wheel that has to deal with sex, and that is something that you're releasing. So there could be like a situation that comes around this time where you're letting go of things that are not serving you well. All right, a lot of it can be someone that you're like hooking up with, or if that's not a matter, it's just something up here, something that is just like up here that's just like, I need to let this go. Definitely need to let this go, because it's not helping me in my daily routines. Okay, and it's also, it could just be like a toxic boss or a toxic work environment, but whatever resonates with you, it's just something that's not serving you well. Now, what the full moon is illuminating, you got the Ace of Wands. Pisces, have you seen your weekly readings lately? You're moving into this new, like, auspicious major new cycle in your life, and here's more affirmation. Okay, so the full moon is illuminating something new coming through. All right, it's something new, brand new. I mean, this is huge. Aces are new beginnings, new journeys, new paths, new opportunities. I mean, wands, career, enterprise, but also your passions, ideas, creativity. You see the leaf sprouting from the wands. I mean, this, once you surrender the thing that doesn't serve you well, you make room for this new thing to come through. And then I really love this. You got the High Priestess, all right? Who, the moon, ruled by the moon. This is in a part of your spread where it's like what you need to release. So when you put everything together here, look at this. You really have to let that thing go, but you have help. The High Priestess is the guardian of the subconscious. You're going to be good. You'll be fine. We love the High Priestess. So this is intuition. This is, again, just going really deep to unroot things. So there is something that is in your subconscious, something that could be very emotional for you that you do have to release. Okay? Now, what you can expect, your future after the full moon, something new. You got the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they keep showing up in your spreads. Now, the Page of Pentacles, again, new, something new. Pages bring in that, they're the young ones in the royal court, but they bring in that fresh new energy. Pentacles, money and wealth related, all right? But also your physical reality. Pentacles are earthbound. And the fact that we have Mars trining Jupiter on the same day, I mean, that's absolutely big. Really, really big, okay? A lot of this could be relationships, too. If you think about Mars, there's so much activity with Mars, and Mercury and Mars as well, in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. But even still, like, you're good. I mean, you see that it's all court cards and major arcana. It's like, this is going to be a very significant full moon for you, but you definitely have to let something go. Definitely think about what it is that you have to let go to let all this newness in. Auspicious newness. All right? Okay. Thanks so much, Pisces.